Yeah, Joker, are you watching?
Yes, I can see it.
You, Walrus.
DayZ fault, DayZ fault, DayZ fault, DayZ fault, DayZ fault.
Sorry, well, my cold went away, so yours should as well.
I think I have to get inside for that though.
Well, I put meat in my pants and it seemed to have gotten rid of it. I think I managed to warm up
Yeah,
enough.
there's a key issue with that.
I'm sorry. What's the issue?
I should. Not enough meat in the pants.
Oh.
Dun 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 dun.
You're a bit lopsided there. Also,
Right, which way are we going?
I believe from here we are still heading up north. So now we're off the beaten path. We'll find a road eventually.
Nowhere. This is perfectly familiar to me.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've got food. We're pretty full on water. Blood's going up for me, and blood should be going up for you.
It is, but yeah, it's going to take a while.
It will. Blood always takes forever. Unless you have a blood transfusion, and you make sure you got the right kind of blood.
Stab Stormy, get blood. Okay.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Never mind.
Yeah, I thought so. Keep your distance, sick boy.
Wait till he's sleeping.
Yeah, so the more you play this game, you get a better sense of direction. Like, you're just, like, where you were going.
I mean, is this a good time to tell you I have zero sense of direction?
Well, it's about time you started learning, man.
I once got lost on the way home from a place.
Jeez.
Even though I drove there previously.
Oh, there you are. Jesus Christ. Over here.
Oh, there you go. No, I'm going to turn on my light so you can see where I am.
Yeah, turn it on. I mean, I'm fine. I don't need it, but yeah, you turn it on because you clearly are getting more lost than me.
So yeah, I used to take Japanese lessons in Nottingham, which was about an hour and a half drive away from where I was. The first time I ever went, I got there fine. I got there and back with no issues whatsoever. The second time I went, I got there fine, and on the way back, my phone was running out of battery, so I had to turn off the sat nav.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, I think I was about half an hour from home when the sat nav cut out, and it took me 2 hours to find home after that.
Oh Jesus!
And
so you just got completely lost.
Oh no! I have this innate ability to get completely lost and somehow find my way back to the right path.
Well, I mean, horses always find their way home, right?
I assume so.
Yeah.
Maybe. But essentially, what happened was I was driving around my little village.
Right.
And I was just driving a circle around the country lanes around my village.
Right.
And so it was just basically I just did a giant spiral.
Right.
Until I finally got there. Where are you there?
Is that a path? Oh, it is.
Yes.
Oh, nice. I think I know where we are now. Jesus Christ. So you got completely lost.
Yep. I did a full spiral before I got home.
Nice.
The funny thing is, every now and again I would say to myself, this looks very familiar. And then I would not clock on that I was on the right path and turn somewhere else.
Well, that's fair.
In the end, the moment I realised I was actually on the right path is when I passed my grandmother's house.
And then you knew your way back from there.
Yeah, it was about 10 minutes after that.
Yeah. Jesus, dude. I think the only time I ever really lose my sense of direction is if I somehow ended up in a neighborhood that I have no idea about. And I wasn't paying attention, but...
See, I tend to have an amazing sense of direction to get to a place. But the moment I'm there, I can never return home.
Right.
It's a weird one. Although one of my favourite getting lost stories. So when I was 18, so just recently passed my test.
Right.
My family decided for 2 weeks to have these these girls from where's it called? Chernobyl.
Right.
And the idea was it was a scheme where if they came and lived in the UK for 2 weeks,
Right.
it would actually expand their lifespan by 4 years because
Right, because Chernobyl is radiated.
Yeah, and they're right on the boundary where the radiation actually is, so their life expectancy is quite short.
Jesus Christ, that sucks.
Anyway, we took them. We took them in. I'm not trying to sound virtuous or anything. We did take them in. I had to learn how to translate what they wanted into Russian very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anyway, I think it was about.
It's a house to the right.
3 days. That's the right. Okay.
Yeah.
It was about 3 days in, and we sort of sat there, and they had this special event with the actual organisers of the whole thing.
Ooh.
Hey, cool! I now have a gun. So yes. Anyway, they had this this special day at the theme park. You know, celebrate the time while they were in the UK, and I had to drive them there.
Right.
Could I find this place? Could I? Hell, this was before sat-navs were a big deal on phones. I must add.
Yeah.
So the sat-nav that I was using, which was like a proper car sat-nav, told me I'd reached my destination in the middle of a motorway road.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I was going back and forth. I was having to call the organisers to say, look, I can't find this place. For the love of God, help. I don't want to get angry. I had these two, 12-year-old girls in the back of my car.
Jesus Christ. That just...
So,
if you take that out of context, that sounds pretty bad, but yeah.
Yes, I know, which is why if you do make a story of this, make sure you add that bit.
A DayZ story with 12-year-old girls. Dear God.
Yeah. Just make sure you add the complete story, not that small snippet, otherwise I will be in trouble.
Ah, it's fine.
But yeah, so I think it was around half an hour after the event had begun. I was outrageously frustrated. I was obviously driving around in circles around the place I was meant to be going,
right.
But I could not see an entrance for the life of me.
Right.
And I parked up in a lay-by. I rang the people again. I said, look, for the love of God, find this place. And then immediately had to put down the phone. I forgot the two girls were in the back, and I just slammed my fist on the steering wheel. God damn it! They were terrified.
Stop scaring girls, Jesus Christ.
That's
funny. That's funny.
We found the place. They had a great time. My dad picked them up because I refused to drive back to this place.
I can imagine.
The rest of the week went fine.
I can imagine. That's just, I don't have too many fun driving stories.
You know, I've seen your roads. There's nothing for absolute miles between yours.
Hey, well, that is true, but I mean, I live in suburbia, and that's definitely not true. But
so we visited some of my new stepmom's family in Australia. And we decided one day that my now stepsister would spend the day getting pampered, and hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah. So my new stepsister would spend the day getting pampered, and me, my dad, and my stepmother would have a bonding experience by going driving out in the countryside.
Right. Okay.
Well, what we didn't quite realise, the countryside in Australia, one road takes about 2 hours.
That sounds about right, yeah.
That's to get to the neighbour's place.
Yeah. If you want a cup of sugar, it's about an hour and a half drive.
Anyway, I still to this day do not know where we ended up, but we ended up in this town which worship cows.
Yep, that sounds like Australia.
Longreach?
Yeah, that sounds like Longreach to me.
Yeah, and we get a hotel. We go down the road, and there's this pub there, and this pub is empty, and I mean empty with a capital E. It's obvious that it doesn't get much business, and we sit there. We're having one drink, and it's outrageously expensive. We're considering going to the next place, when all these beer barrels start coming in, and we're sitting there going, what the hell is going on? Anyway, what turns out was happening was was that this bar once every 2 weeks. I think it's once every 2 weeks or once a month. I can't remember exactly which, but they rent out their brewery to these to like a local brewery place.
Right.
Sorry, they rent out their pub to a local brewery.
Right. Okay.
And everything at that point is dirt cheap.
Sure.
And so me and my dad, so my stepmom had gone back just to go into sort stuff out. I can't remember quite why. I admit I had a few too many to drink at that point. And so me and my dad went, beer. But it was basically a happy hour where everything was dirt cheap. Me and my dad would just go, right, okay. First of all, what's the highest alcohol percentage? And my dad went, yeah, I probably shouldn't have that because it's going to be the sweetest thing you've ever tasted.
Mm-hmm.
He was not wrong.
Yeah.
And then so I had about 4 drinks. My dad had about 3, and my stepmom comes in right at the end of this happy hour. Has 1 drink, and then she has to watch us as we stagger away back to the hotel.
Well, that's Australia, all right.
So that yeah, so that was my experience with Australia.
I think you've had the authentic Australian experience, in my opinion.
It's just the fact that it was the one day that they turned the pub out.
You attended the Baimon Beer Barrel Con.
Yeah. I think you're in this house, right? Yeah, I can hear you coughing. There you are.
What house? Ah, coughing house.
Yeah,
Got it.
coughing house, yeah. So you see the fireplace there? And you should see all the wood lying on the ground as well at the top. Yep, so you grab those sticks and you put them in where it says fuel. There should be like a little stick icon until it says out of like 6 or 8 or whatever. I'm just going to grab a drink. I'll be right back.
So it's got the kindle again, got the fuel. Why can't I light this stupid?
Alright, so what have I missed?
I put the kindling in, I put the fuel in,
Yeah.
and I can't light the damn thing.
Okay, have you got matches in your hand?
No, because I gave them to you.